Welcome to Digital Champions TV, where we get insights from top leaders in advertising and marketing. I'm Greg Kirkham, and today we're exploring alternative media channels with Eric Smith, the SVP of Growth at Incremental Media, based in New York City, New York. Welcome to the show, Eric. How are you?
Thanks for having me, Greg. Excited to be here.
Hey, tell us a little bit more about Incremental Media. Where did it really get its roots?
So almost 19 years ago now, our CEO was the CMO of a bunch of direct marketing companies, and he decided to sort of branch off and start Incremental Media. So we specialize in a bunch of niche channels, exactly as you said. So things like package inserts, when you get a package and there's offers from other brands inside, we're actually the largest buyer of inserts in the US. And then we do a lot of other channels like shared mail, direct mail, podcast advertising, email newsletters, and we keep adding kind of new niche channels into the mix. So if you've been to our website, you may have seen we like to say we're not search, social, or TV, we're everything else. So we're trying to help brands sort of conquer those everything else channels when they either have kind of used those channels up or for a bunch of different reasons. Increasingly, they're getting a lot harder to make work.
Yeah, I was going to say a lot of marketers focus primarily on search, social, LinkedIn, TikTok, all of those other channels. But I think a lot of people forget that there's a completely different way of marketing effectively, and you can do it really well. But it sounds like Incremental Media has really leaned into that and has really made a name out of itself as a result.
Yeah, I mean, it's worked out. Even just the name Incremental Media, I have to give our CEO credit for that, because I think a lot of people are looking for incrementality these days. So anything to, you don't want to add a channel into the mix and just take conversions from another channel you're already running from. You want it to be truly incremental. So and a lot of the channels we specialize in, to your point, are, there's only a handful of other companies that do what we do. And I don't know anybody who does all the mix of channels that we do. Yeah, it definitely helps to have like a deep rooted expertise that brands are less likely to, do package inserts themselves versus do search or social or other things that, in some cases can be a little bit more self-sufficient. So yeah, definitely been a big growth period for us, at least since I joined about 4 years ago. We're almost double in size since we were when I started. So yeah, a lot of big growth period for us as a company.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So it sounds like there's actually a really big demand for this, despite what a lot of digital marketers and a lot of companies would like you to believe that, mailers don't work and stuff like that. That's just simply not true. So when it comes to Incremental Media, what would you say is the key differentiator between, say, hiring an outside agency versus just trying to send everything out yourself?
Yeah, I mean, there's I guess a couple of things. One, kind of goes back to that expertise a little bit, right? Like we have 19 years of data and history on, what insert programs are the most responsive, or what podcasts do the best ad reads and convert the best. So definitely the experience of being in these different media channels. We've also built our own internal databases that help us look at what competitors of yours are advertising in our channels, what programs are they having the most success with. So that helps us, a lot of brands would, if they didn't have a company like us, just sort of sit in a room and say, all right, what podcasts do we listen to, or what, insert programs do we know are out there? So we definitely help people have a much higher success rate, both from a testing and scaling standpoint. We help a lot with the measurement. That's a big piece of the puzzle in our sort of offline world. So knowing how to connect the dots outside of just like purely promo codes or vanity URLs or QR codes to make sure you're capturing the full impact of our channels. That's a big piece of the puzzle. And then I always like to just bring up, we have a really experienced team. I've been here for 4 years. I'm one of the lower tenured people in the company. Our account directors, so like the main day-to-day contact that any brand would work with, has been with us for an average of 10 years. Some have been with us for over 15 years. So really experienced team. We're, not going to pass you along to a kid in a cubicle, as they say. You're going to work with somebody who's really experienced and really knows what they're doing.
Well, fantastic. Thank you, Eric, for sharing your insights with us today. And to connect with Incremental Media and learn more about Eric Smith, visit digitalchampionstv.com.